Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager 1448 strike plate. This is a strike plate used with the 1446 or 1447 series ball catches, and this plate is shown to you in the US 15 or satin nickel finish. Several different finishes are available: your brasses, your bronzes, nickels, chromes, bright and polished, etc. This is a 2 1/4 inch tall strike, very commonly used in applications where you obviously have a ball catch or a bullet catch. Most commonly, I think, in double doors installed in the header of the frame, where you've got 2 doors and then dummy trim like you would have in a pair of doors in a hotel, where it is a suite room where you've got the bedroom next to it separated by a pair of doors. Both doors can have latches like this. You might have a closet door in a residential application where it's a single door, and you have a pull handle or a flush pull mortised into the door, and all you need is a ball catch. And the strike plate is part of that assembly. So again, it's 2 1/4 tall. The overall width is 1 7/16. Dimension from the center line of the screw holes to the edge is about 7/8 or 15/16. Okay. Screws are included in a complementary finish, a couple of flathead screws. Now, mortising for this, I would prefer to use a router in every instance that I could. If I was only doing 1 or 2 of these and I didn't have a template made, I would just use a hammer and chisel. Regardless, I would do a body preparation just for this dimpled area, okay, and obviously the small area for the countersink of the screws. I might use a like maybe a 1/2 inch Forstner bit and make a couple of small holes there, and make clearance for this, and then I would route my plate. It's very thin. It's, you know, your routing depth probably doesn't need to be more than, 60 thousandths deep, something in that range. You're going to probably want to wait and have the hardware before you go about mortising for it. Radiused corners, as you can tell. Okay, very typical sort of installation. Before you go mounting this, if you're installing it in a single door and going to attach dummies or flush poles, like we said earlier, take an audit of the rest of the space and make sure that you're mounting this at the same location as your existing locks and their strike plates. You might have a long corridor of offices, and then you're going to have a closet door on one side, and you'll be tempted to mount the hardware right where you put this, your flush pole or your dummy trim, and you don't want to have your line of sight interrupted by an unusual height of where you end up installing this. Okay, very typical sort of installation. Made of zinc. Okay, is the material it's made of. There's a link below this video to a PDF called Installation Instructions. Gives everything important dimensionally about the item. Gives a very important dimension in terms of the frame stop. The Y dimension is crucial to determine what that is. Y dimension, if you're looking at the installation instructions, is the door thickness divided by 2 plus 1/8 of an inch. So if you had, most commonly, an 1 3/8 door, 1.375 divided by 2 plus 0.125, your Y dimension would be 13/16 measured from the face of the stop to the center line of the screw holes. That's how you'd go about doing that. Installation instructions also refer some steps in the upper right. Number 1, choose height at which to mount the strike on the frame. We discussed that. Making sure the curved lip faces out, mark an outline of the strike and center of the screw holes with a pencil. Use formula below to determine where the strike should be placed in terms of the depth of the frame. Number 3, mortise this area on the frame 1/16 of an inch deep, about 60 thousandths, okay, or until strike sits flush. See the frame prep picture below for more details on properly prepping the frame for a flush fit. Drill a 1/16 inch pilot holes, 1 inch deep for the screws. You might be tempted to go a bit larger than 1/16 of an inch, but you'll sort that out. Attach your strike using the included number 6 screws. Any questions on the Hager 1448 strike for their 1446 or 1447 ball catches, or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us.